Acoustic neuroma. In the case of Raila Odinga Jr., is acoustic neuroma is a type of non-cancerous attack that affects the brainstem, and most common or prominent symptoms include double vision or mostly blurred vision, strain on the nerves that results to paralysis, facial numbness, and it could mostly attack, let's say, the neurons. For I believe specialists or neurosurgeons or brain scientists, they could be at a better place to explain that. But then one common thing that's outstanding in all of this is that the paralysis part could affect even your cognitive, your body, let's say your body structural cognitive, say facets, in a sense that you are no longer able to just turn like left and be focused on left, or turn right and focus on right. So that means there's an element of lacking of stability, whether you can just stand and be normal like everybody else. Now when it comes to Raila Odinga Jr. or Raila Jr., I think it's really unfortunate because he's a child of a very prominent politician who is the honorable dearly departed at Crossroads, Raila Molo Odinga. One thing about that as well, outside everything that has happened, is that in our country right here in Kenya, at least every child of a politician, either, just in the general public, especially if they've chosen the public life, because there's those who have, chosen the private life. If you were to compare the Ngina Kenyatas and most of the Kenyatas, apart from those that are into this, because there's those who are into social justice work, there's those who are in advocacy and whatnot, there's those who are in film and theater, there's those who are famous in Hollywood. There's a lot of Kenyatas who are in the Hollywood circle as executive directors, entrepreneurs, founders, CEOs, and whatnot. So if you're a child of a politician and you've chosen, to be in the tracks, or to also bask a little in the shadow, or follow the footsteps of your father or mother, depending on who is the politician, then people are bound to have an opinion about you, and not just a harsh opinion, a judgmental and sometimes demeaning criticism that could result to negativity. And it's unfortunate that, at such a difficult time for the Odingas, and this is what people are saying on social media. Actually, I just saw the photo of it, where people are doing this mouth signs and everything, and I find it to be really, sad and just pathetic and terrible. Please don't do that. But just for the sake of clarity and clarification, any child of a politician who is in the public domain has always been criticized. It's just that for the sake, or in the case of Raila Jr., he has a condition, and it's something he's publicly talked about in interviews and explained, because a lot of people, there's an article I was reading where he said a lot of people just thought that he was a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, dude who lives with his dad, and he said he was 40 years, have been married for more than 10 years, and he has several kids, which I found to be really interesting, because despite all the conditions and the situation that he has had to power through and battle through till right now, he's still resolute, forthright, level-headed, and super forward about who he is as a man, away from the dad and then his condition, which is exceptionally impressive to be commended. And just, like Raila Odinga, you are on the road to goodness. All we can say is love. And lastly as well, there's a place where he talks about, where, he believes that it's a genetic disorder that stems from the mother's side. And even though there are so many fallacies and conspiracies and theories and so many just wild, ridiculous stories where they're saying, it was a demonic attack, that time Ruto used to call Raila Mganga, there's so many theories. You remember as well the stories that surrounded Fidel Castro's demise, who is Raila Odinga's son. But there are a lot of people who said, where was Fidel Castro widow? Where was she? She was not at the funeral. And there are so many theories given saying, Ida Odinga didn't like her, Winnie didn't like her, they sued her and just left her in obscurity. So all these things manifesting and just, unfolding in the public domain. And that's why I said, if you're a child of a politician and you decide to follow the route of your father or your mother, the footsteps, and bask in the shadow, or also try to carve your own niche, people will judge you. They'll say something about you. And for the case of Raila Jr., it's really unfortunate. I personally condemn it. Please give him grace. All we can do right now, the best thing we can do is extend grace to the family of the Odingas and the children and everybody else who's involved, because that's not good. It doesn't look good on you as the person who is criticizing them with your evil, hellish comments and doing those, wicked memes. We condemn it to the highest order possible. And let Baba rest in peace. Let the family find time to, pick up and piece up the pieces, because this is a difficult time, not just for them as a family, but for the nation too as well. So please give us a break with your dirty, evil, wicked memes. We will report them and block them.